In today's video, we'll be talking about the disadvantages of joint property ownership. Number one is disagreements between co-owners. So let's give this example that we have part A and part B who have come together to purchase a property. So they are into a joint property ownership. And when you're in a joint property ownership, you cannot do something without the consent of the other person. So party A wants, he intends to use the property to build shortlet, let's say. And property B, on the other hand, wants to build a residential apartment for rental. These two ideas cannot work together in property because they have a joint property ownership and then they have signed documents, and this means they cannot do what just want to do on the property. So that's number one disadvantage. Meanwhile, when you own your own property, you can always do whatever you want to do. So that's number one disadvantage. Number two disadvantage is confusing sales. You know that you're in a joint property ownership, which means that you cannot sell this property without the consent of the other person. If the other person doesn't agree to the selling of this property, it cannot be sold, which is a disadvantage. So let's say you have an urgent need for funds and you want to sell the property. You cannot sell it except the other party is willing to buy it and take full ownership of the property. So that's the disadvantage. Meanwhile, if you own your own property, you can decide to sell it over any time you want or you hold it for as long as you want. Number three disadvantage, which is the last one, particular video, is inheritance issue. You know that kind of property, it will be hard to give it, pass it down to your next child or your next kid because there are two parties involved. And for you to successfully do this smoothly, to create an exit strategy, you involve the two parties and the lawyer, just like you had when going into the agreement. So please, and again, before going into a joint property ownership, please do well to be sure that you are ready to sign up for it because it is a lot. And the last thing I'll say in this video is that note, in a joint property ownership, one party cannot use the property as a collateral for a loan. So if you're in a joint property ownership with someone else, remember that you can't use that property as a collateral for a loan without the consent of the other person. And if the other party doesn't consent to it and you use it, you'll reject the agreement and you have to break the law for that. Thank you and see you in the next video for more education.